Are you new to Airflow and feeling a bit lost? You're not alone. Today, we're diving into a common challenge, passing dynamic values to a SubDAG operator. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear solution. I totally get it. It can be really frustrating when you're trying to set up your workflows and the documentation just doesn't cover what you need. Many users have faced similar issues, especially when trying to pass dynamic values. Here's the specific question we're tackling today. A user asked how to pass a dynamic number, let's say n, from a parent DAG to a SubDAG. This number is crucial because the SubDAG needs it to create n parallel tasks. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So why is this an issue? The challenge lies in how Airflow handles task dependencies and data passing. When you try to use XCOM to pull values, sometimes it just doesn't resolve correctly. Let's break down the options you have. And don't go anywhere. I have some practical solutions coming up that will help you overcome this hurdle. Trust me, you won't want to miss them. To pass a dynamic value from the parent DAG to the SubDAG, the user should first ensure that the value is correctly retrieved using XCOM. This involves modifying the load_DAG function to return the number of runs as an XCOM value. Next, the user needs to ensure that the SubDAG operator correctly pulls this value using the XCOM pull method. This is done by updating the SubDAG operator to reference the correct task ID. In the SubDAG, the user should modify the SubDAG function to accept the number of runs as a parameter. This allows the SubDAG to create the specified number of parallel tasks dynamically. Finally, the user should test the entire setup to ensure that the parent DAG correctly passes the dynamic value to the SubDAG and that the SubDAG creates the expected number of tasks. Fun fact, did you know that Airflow was originally developed at Airbnb to manage their complex workflows? Now it's a go-to tool for many data engineers. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution involves using a file to manage dynamic task creation in the SubDAG. The user suggests that the load_config function generates a file containing the number of tasks. In the SubDAG function, if the file exists, it reads the tasks from the file and creates dummy operators for each task. If the file doesn't exist, it returns a valid DAG with no tasks. Now let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution suggests modifying the XCOM pull call to include the DAG ID of the parent DAG. This adjustment ensures that the XCOM pull retrieves the correct task from the parent DAG. Now, let's see a response from a different user. An alternative approach suggests that if you're writing to a static file name, you can simply use that path. However, if you need unique file names for each task instance, Airflow may not support this directly. The user points out that you can't pass execution dates or variables outside of templates in this case. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative approach suggested by another user involves using XCOMs to dynamically create tasks based on the results of a previously executed task. This method allows you to pass values between tasks effectively. Here's a pro tip. Always test your DAGs with smaller values first. This way you can catch any issues early on without overwhelming your system. And there you have it. You now have the tools to pass dynamic values to your SubDAGs in Airflow. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on mastering Airflow.